Hello everyone, it's Seth, probably better known as Saffron Olive, and it's time for our first daily dose of Double Masters 2022 spoilers. So, spoiler season just kicked off today. Wizards did stream, they posted an article, I'll link it in the description if you want to read more details about the set. But we're going to talk about some pretty sweet and expensive reprints. So, before we jump into it, I should say a couple of things. First, this spoiler season is going to be a little bit different. Because Double Masters 2022 is all reprints, it's not really worth talking about, oh, where does this card fit? Where does it go? We already know that. These cards already exist. We're already playing them. They're already in decks. So instead, we're going to mostly try to focus on the prices of the cards, just so everyone knows, here's an expensive thing that was reprinted. If you're looking for a certain card, waiting for it to drop in price so you can pick it up, hopefully this will help there. So what we're going to do is we're essentially going to just tier rank cards from S tier, which is cards that are $50 to $100, all the way down to F tier, which is essentially bulk cards, and just dump the cards in the tiers, talk about them briefly, move on to the next tier. So that's the plan for today. Before we jump into it, two quick reminders. Number one, if you want to keep up on all the latest spoilers throughout the day, head on over to MTGpreviews.com. You can sort them, you can filter them, you can see all that sweet stuff. Number two, if you need some Double Masters cards, you can snag them from our awesome sponsor, Card Kingdom, over at cardkingdom.com/MTGGoldfish. And even get a free goldfish sticker. Just let them know you want one in your order notes and they'll hook you up. Anyway, let's talk Double Masters 2022. So today we get one double S tier card, which is over $100, and that is a card people have been asking for as a reprint for a very long time now. Imperial Seal. Imperial Seal, it's a card that is absurdly expensive at the moment. Its Judge promo is like $800. Its original Portal 3K printing is like $1,600. So this is a legitimately expensive card, like off the charts expensive. However, it's a card that's expensive mostly because it is incredibly scarce. Portal 3 Kingdoms, basically no supply. Judge promos, incredibly limited supply. So Imperial Seal doesn't see like a ton of play anywhere. I guess it sees a little bit of play in like spiky CDH style commander decks, but it's not really a staple anyway. So its price is mostly driven by its scarcity rather than its demand. Maybe the best comparison as far as price stuff is actually Grim Tutor. Grim Tutor, when it was reprinted in a core set 2 or 3 years ago, it was like a $300 card and it dropped all the way down under $10. It's still like $16 now, so I don't think the Imperial Seal will crash quite that much because it's in a master set rather than in a standard legal core set. But still, this is a card that's going to go from $800 down to $50, $40, $30. So if you've wanted an Imperial Seal for your commander deck or whatever, this is going to be the window to get it. We also have a few S tier cards, which are cards that are between $50 and $100. Dockside Extortionist finally returning. Don't know if I'm happy about this or not. I was kind of hoping it would just get banned, but I guess if you're not going to ban it, reprinting is the next best option. Cavern of Souls, oh, so glad this is reprinted. Every tribal deck in essentially every format uses this card. Getting more of them going to be a big deal. Mana Vault coming back for Commander. Allosaurus Shepherd, surprisingly expensive, mostly because it was in Jumpstart, and again, a pretty low supply set. Does see some play in Legacy and in Commander decks. These are all cards that are right in the like $60, $70, $75 price range. Expect them to go to about half their price. That's the general rule with master set reprints, especially at Mythic. Over the short term, they should drop down to maybe $40-ish. But then again, especially for the popular ones like Cavern, Dockside, that see playing a ton of different decks in Commander and in other formats, they're going to go right back up. After a year or so, they'll start to climb again. So if you need these cards, keep an eye out for when they hit $35, $40. You get that big price decrease. That's going to be the time to snag them. A tier, cards that are $25 to $50. We got 3 cards today, all of them at rare, which is kind of nice. So there's some valuable rares in the set. Teferi's Protection, Commander All-Star, the new borderless art looks pretty sweet. Sensei's Divining Top, also really like the borderless art on that one. Bloom Tender, somehow like a $30 card, even though I never see it get played anywhere. So these are all rares that you're going to be pretty happy to open if you crack a booster of Double Masters, and should go down a lot. Then we got a big jump down to the D tier. We got nothing in between today. Nothing in the B tiers, nothing in the C tiers. They're like $5 to $25 cards. We jump right down to D tier, which is kind of just above bulk. And really, seeing Atla Plini be a rare that's $2, or Phyrexian Tyranny be a rare that's $3, that's fine. There's going to be some rares that are just not that expensive in the set. I will say, Mizzix of the Ismagus, kind of disappointing just because it's a Mythic. And if you're opening a $12 pack, you don't really want to open a Mythic. Get lucky enough to open a Mythic and have have it be a Commander Precon $5 style card, but still, I guess it is pretty popular in Commander, but price-wise, a disappointing open. Then we have our bulk tier, our F tier, and F tier doesn't mean bad necessarily. It will once we start lumping mythics in here and rares in here, but we don't have any of those today. Today we got just a bunch of cool commons and uncommons, Mulldrifters, Thought Scours, Unearth, and the reason I want to mention these is mostly because of their new borderless art. Thought Scour actually got new art twice, which is cool, but these new borderless cards, they look pretty sweet, and Wizards mentioned they're coming in normal booster packs. I believe they said 1 out of 3 are going to be upgraded, so let's say you open 3 Thought Scours in Double Master boosters, one of those will be the borderless one, which should be fine, I think. Hopefully enough supply that they won't be super expensive. Plus, I mean, the reprints, it doesn't matter. You can always play the 25-cent version. The other card worth mentioning, Dark Dweller Oracle, got a huge rarity downgrade. Went from rare all the way down to common. Price-wise, doesn't really matter. It's a bulk card anyway, but might be interesting for Pauper, something that we just haven't really seen before. We also got one weird one in Cryptic Spires. So Cryptic Spires, it's a land when you create your deck, so during deck building, you circle 2 of the colors on it. It comes into play tapped, and you tap it to add mana of either of the colors you circled. So it's actually a tap dual land, but you get to choose the colors. And this is a card that is specifically for limited. There's going to be one in every single pack of Double Masters. And the idea is to offer mana fixing for limited. Not going to be legal in Constructed, although you can play it in Commander. I don't know why you'd want to. There's so many dual lands that are better and also super cheap. But if you want to just for the memes, like technically it's going to be legal, but I kind of like this as mana fixing for limited. The downside is it's weird to have a brand new card that isn't legal anywhere in a master set. On the other hand, if this means we don't get 10 slots eaten up by gain lands or some horrible common land cycle just to make limited work, then that's probably a nice upside. Finally, checking in on the EV and prices of everything. And again, it's super duper early, so take these numbers with a grain of salt. It's definitely going to change as prices drop, as we get more cards. But right now, the value of stuff is really high. Mythics average value $132, although that's greatly inflated by Imperial Sale. If you get rid of that, it drops to $48, which is still kind of absurd, the average value being $50 at the moment. But expect these prices to come down a lot as we start to get pre-sales, as we start to get more lower end mythics like Mizzix, the one dud we have so far. And as far as rares, average rare value currently almost at $19, a bit above 18, and even the Midian's at 8, which again is just off the charts high. We do have a couple of bulk level rares, but seeing Bloom Tenders, Teferi's Protection, Sensei's Divining Tops being 30, 40, 45 bucks, that by itself is enough to make the rare slot pretty appealing. So we'll check in on this again tomorrow after we got more cards. But for now, on day one, the EV of the set and the value of the cards in the set is looking really strong. Anyway, that brings us to the end of our daily Double Masters 2022 spoilers for today. So check out the spreadsheet. I'll link it in the description if you want to look at it more. Thanks for watching, everyone. What do you think of these cards so far? What are you hyped about? What about that weird land? Is that a good idea, a bad idea? Let me know what you think in the comments. Thanks for watching, everyone. I hope you enjoyed it, and I will talk to you soon. Thanks for watching the video. If you enjoyed it, help us out by clicking that like button down below. And to keep up on all the latest and greatest, click that subscribe button. And don't forget to hit that bell icon to get alerts whenever we have new videos. And if you want to, check out some of our other sweet videos here and here.